Love Island is back. All the way back.
Love
We got
Island
season 8.
USA season 8. Yep. And we got
Mm.
some new people this season, some new interesting personalities, nice bodies, beautiful people as always.
We got to get into the cast too.
All right, so let's talk about this cast.
Let's take a look at the cast.
Now, first of all, the cast is already controversial for one
Right.
because we
Somebody's
already
missing already because like
somebody
I'm looking at this cast and there's somebody up there that is not in the show.
there are two people up there that aren't there in the first episode.
That is
Yes.
very true. So what happened?
Yeah, so Vatana, she got kicked off the show for saying the N word. And I think this is what made the guy up here, Gabriel, need to come in as a bombshell, but that happens episode or at the end of the
Well,
episode.
right, because Gabriel's not there either when they do the introductions. And like, where's Gabriel? But then he comes in as a bombshell later. But okay, before we even start that, should
Let's
we
get into these
start?
people.
Yeah. So you
What
got
are they?
Anaya, Beatrice. Well, wait. You say it because I can't.
Bea, yeah.
Bea, Kenzie,
Kenzie,
Melanie, Trinity.
Trinity, Bryce, Casey, Sean, Sincere, and Zach.
Okay.
So anybody stood out to you the most immediately?
At first, I mean, a little bit of everybody, looking at the pictures, so whose
Everybody.
look stood out to me was probably Sincere, Casey, Trinity.
The
That's
people whose
about
looks
it
stood
at
out to
first.
me were Trinity, Sean, and Sincere.
The introductions made it even more interesting. Well, at least Sean, because Sean isn't he the cop?
Yes, Sean has a very interesting intro to what he's meeting the cast. He tells them immediately that he's a cop. Well, he was a
Yeah,
cop
and
because
then
he
there's
quit
a
being a
bunch of
cop to come
controversy around
there.
it.
They said they call him Officer Sexy Pants at work.
I know.
He has a very
That's
nice
funny.
smile, so I was interested in seeing what he had going on, and I thought he given player, but we'll see as time goes on.
Can we touch on this controversy just real quick? Because they tried to get the police department, whatever, tried to get mad that he took leave to go on Love Island, and then I guess they fired him afterwards. It's just crazy.
They
But
fired him. Well, I guess he
that's
already quit. But
well, he took leave. Well, he took
yeah,
leave,
right. He
and
took
then they
leave. I don't know if they
declined. They
fired him
denied the
afterwards,
leave
but they
after
said they
he
were
was.
upset
Well, they were
that he
upset,
left.
but they denied the leave after he was already gone.
Oh, so you mean that probably automatically means he's fired?
Right. Like, I mean, so he automatically is that. That's the right. He got a better job now. He'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he left being the cop for a reason.
He'll be good. Okay. But let's get back to this episode. Day one, gave us high hopes. Gorgeous people
Hold
as
on.
usual.
First of all, hold on. Well, back to that really quick.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even just like the department. The mayor of the city called this out and was like had a problem with it. I'm
Oh,
like,
with
that's
Sean.
weird for them to care about the dude quitting the job.
I
Like,
mean, well,
really?
they were trying to say that it cost the city money.
Yeah, he's saying it cost the city money, but
Well, it
anyway,
cost the
his mom came
taxpayers
out and
money.
defended him.
I didn't
He
want to go
did.
too deep into it because then we got a whole episode to cover. But I just wanted
Right.
to kind of like bring that up. They said it cost the taxpayers money. The mother said that he had already did some training before that, so it didn't cost their taxpayers all that much money. But either way, in the end of the day, it is what it is. Sean is there. Maybe he could be a
So,
cop somewhere else some other time.
second immediate person that stood out to me was
Oh,
Beatrice.
that's right.
She's a Paralympic and a bronze medalist.
Yeah, because she's an
She's
amputee. She actually,
yeah,
like, when she was younger, she had a whole leg cut off.
yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, this is new for the show.
Yeah, but she be winning, apparently. She be out there.
Is there anything about the intro to the show that stood out to you?
Yes. Okay, yeah, that's what I was about to get into. The intro, like the opening scene, the part where they're all like lip syncing, or like they're all standing up there, they're lip syncing, dancing, looking happy. It seems fun. I actually think it's kind of cool because it looks like they're all in their element and it's like intentional packaging. When you think about it, you got Trinity laying on the beach. They're trying to promote that personality for Trinity. They got Kenzie on like a big pink Barbie like bed. They're trying to package her like that or whatever. They got Bryce on a beach, but also like under a car, like he's working on a car. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't Bryce the one who said he gets his hands dirty and he fixes trucks or something like that. There's a
Oh, I
part where
didn't
she's
even
actually,
recognize
yeah,
that.
they're all lip syncing, but he comes out from the car like he's working.
Yeah, I just saw it as like an intro. They're dancing the intro itself. It was
You,
long, so it was like I
yeah,
couldn't
but you
pay
didn't
attention to
notice all the
everything.
you didn't notice all
So
the
I ain't
elements they were
really.
in, did you? Did you notice Casey was standing on top of like a water tower
I ain't
and
noticed
water
nothing
towers?
about it, to be honest with you.
What'd you
Other than
say?
the fact that they were lip syncing, no.
That was the
Mm-mm.
only part you noticed. Yeah,
Right?
like
Yeah.
I
No.
noticed all of that. I bet you nobody else noticed. Maybe they bored people with it or whatever. But I noticed all of those things. I noticed Casey was on top of a water tower, and I don't know if he's from like a small town, but a water tower is a small town thing. But it also makes you look strong and like brave. You're Sean in the rain, Sincere on a boat. Like if you ever like go back and look at it again, you'll notice all those little things about everybody. But that's why I thought it was cool. But
Okay.
I know
Next
you didn't think
thing.
so. Then everybody comes in, and so the first two girls to come in are Anaya and Kenzie, right? And they're sitting there comparing zodiacs like they're on some type of girl date.
Who cares?
And then they damn near started.
Okay.
And then they damn near started kissing when they realized they were both from Georgia. They got like really excited.
Right.
Eventually,
Yeah.
Melanie
Hmm.
comes in and she breaks up the
Yeah.
love
Everybody
fest.
there had a very bubbly personality.
Who?
Everybody there had a very
Yeah, they
bubbly
did.
personality and had like great vibes with each other initially, but we know the drama starts once they start getting people switched up and things like that, and then they want the same people. That's when you really
Right.
get to see everything that they think, and not just like their cute little intro of who they're trying to present themselves as.
Right. Yeah, you start seeing that. You start seeing all of that stuff break down later on. In the
We getting some
intro,
of it. We getting some more like Kenzie. She's showing herself a lot. She crying on the second episode a lot. Like she's a very emotional actor.
Kenzie about to be a whole crash out.
Yeah, Kenzie is about to be a crash out, which is opposite of how she tries to play chill, but she's not really like
Yeah,
this
but
show is doing things to bring it at her
yeah,
already.
I guess we're going to have to get into the
But
part that when she
I'm gonna give
started
you some
crying.
examples in a second.
Yeah, we're going to get to the part that made her cry eventually. And then,
So
so there's a part during Melanie's intro where she says like her love life is in a damage bin, and I was like,
yes,
ditto.
I thought that was like a red flag a little bit, but she ain't been showing that on the show, so
Oh
I'll give that
no.
a pass for now.
I mean, I think that's saying you your love life your love life was terrible. Like everything that have in your love life, you got to throw out. You
Yeah, I
got to
was
put in the
thinking
damage
like
bin.
yeah. So I think like I'm also thinking like that meant she usually has bad picks. So I thought that she might have did that on the show, but that didn't turn out to be what happened with her. So we could get into the couples.
At least not so far. And then I was just talking about the intros, and then since I already started with the girls' intros, I just want to add in that after Beatrice and Trinity came in, the boys started to come in. I guess there was not much going on except that Sean mentioned he had a baby, and I love that he moved to Pennsylvania to be with his baby.
I guess so. First of all, he is Sean comes out and tells everybody. First of all, he has a baby, so nobody should be surprised. But we get think about that too.
They better not come out later on and be like, "Oh, he got a baby. I can't deal with it." Or he came straight out and said that from the beginning. And some of them were even saying that they like it. So please, okay.
Right? Yeah,
Soon
that
as
would
he
be
said he got a
weird,
baby, you
right?
should have clocked it immediately and and made your choices accordingly. Oh, one other thing
Exactly.
that stood out about the walk-ins, walkouts, whatever. KC, did he really spill mustard on his jacket? Because
I
that
didn't notice
brooch
that.
was very distracting.
I did. Yeah, I didn't even notice that, so it wasn't distracting to me.
It
But Casey looked
wasn't.
good to
Oh
me when
my
I saw
god.
her.
You didn't notice anything about the spilling mustard on his jacket?
Mm-mm. I
Oh,
ain't
you
noticed
weren't
that at
listening.
all.
He walked out. He has this big brooch. The commentator said he had a corn dog and spilled mustard on his jacket, so they used the brooch to cover it. I just don't know if it was true or not, but I noticed the brooch was very distracting. Eventually, he
Oh,
took off the jacket and calmed things down a little bit.
so the first game is them kissing, pretty much. But the game is where you got these huge doors and you gotta pick a person behind the door, pretty much, or like whatever answer you gotta pick, you
Well,
gotta see if it misses the person on the side.
they made the girls pick who they wanted to be on the other side of their door. So all the
Right.
guys stood at a door with their name on it, and the girls went up to the name that they wanted to choose.
Right. So yeah, this causes a bunch of kissing. One thing that stood out to me again was Sean. Sean again stood out to me because he was doing the most aggressive type of kissing on
Yeah,
the
Sean
girls.
was all over
But
the
the girls
place.
really seemed to like that. Everybody that got to kiss him,
Yeah, yeah,
and
he was all
Beatrice
over the
was
place.
one of those people. So it seemed like they really liked the kiss right there.
They had to do that. whatever. So that worked out the way it did. They were happy about getting through that part. Anything stood out about that part to you? Anything else stood out?
Just the question about the cat, dog, plant part. Casey
Yeah.
stood
So
out
then
to
they
me
have to
again
play
by
this
picking plants.
game. Yeah. Don't remember what this game is called. They have to play this game where they have to ask questions. First, they have to ask about their favorite position. And then the people who, okay, so basically they ask the question. You stand in front of the door that matches your answer. So, like, say your favorite position is missionary. You stand in front of missionary. On one side is the guys, on the other side is the girls. Whoever's on your door, these like neon lit doors, you go through it and you kiss them. Sometimes it was one person, sometimes it was two, sometimes it was three, sometimes it was none.
Yes, but
So
when the
when it
mission with
came to
that
that,
specific question, that one was all mixed up. Once
yeah,
you
that
got
was
to the
all mixed
cat
up.
dog question, that's when you got one person behind the door, and
So
that's
then
when
they say
Casey.
cat dog, cat person or dog person, and then there was another option for plant. And
Mhm.
not gonna lie, I would have been behind plant, but moving on.
Me too. I would have been behind plant, but nobody else there was thinking that way except for KC. So when KC opens his door, there's nobody there, unfortunately.
Yeah, so there's nobody there. Did it this game matter the most as far as coupling? Because you chose your couple by the end of this game, didn't you?
Yes, I don't think they realized that at first, but yeah, it did end up being that. Right, yes.
Okay.
Because all you had to base it on was y'all one interaction with the kiss and a little bit of the interaction where everybody's interacting before. But that's the first kind of like personal interaction you get with another person there. And then, yeah, they couple them up right there, right after that game. So, yeah. So they at least
Wait.
did it so where the third question was one where like they said, "Are you really here for love?" So that was one where they made everybody kiss everybody. So everybody had a chance to at least kiss everybody before they
Right.
coupled
And
up.
so and there, for the first couple, and basically what they did was they made people behind the door that they wanted to date the other person. And if both of you picked each other, of course, you will automatically have a couple, unless more than one person chose the same person or nobody chose the same person.
Right.
So when we get through the first couple, and Trinity was behind the door for Bryce, Beatrice was behind the door for Sean. Nobody was behind the door for KC, which if I could be on Love Island, it would have been me over there, but that's okay. Nobody was there for since
Anaya.
oh, actually Anaya and Melanie were both there for Sincere.
Yes, and Sincere picked
And then
Melanie.
Sincere just chose Melanie. So that's
Yes.
why Anaya ended up not picked. And
Yeah.
Kenzie was there for Zach, and of course Anaya and Casey by default. But before we get to that, I want to say now back to the opening. During the opening scene, the producers really put this man up. This is about Casey up on top of a whole water tower, looking like the ultimate prize. Like he looked like he was about to be something for real. Just for him to choose a plant over the cat dog behind the door and get picked by nobody.
Yes, that's
He
interesting.
looked
But
at the
I
beginning like he would have absolutely been one of the first choices.
so the couples we kind of probably briefly mentioned it, but the first we got Bryce and Trinity.
And this is the first coupling, right? Before they do the final game.
This is what you just said based on who everybody picked behind the door, how pretty much they
Okay,
matched.
gotcha. Okay.
Bryce and Trinity, and then we got Sean and Beatrice,
Mm-hmm.
and we got Casey and Anaya. So yeah, so the Anaya and Casey got coupled by default.
As we know.
The Sincere and Melanie, and then Kenzie and Zach. So there are some couples here that we know we already got one that they just got put together by default. But there are some couples here that I was thinking on the first episode they had potential. One of them I thought they that had potential was Bryce and Trinity. They weren't perfect together, they had the age gap difference.
I don't know if
He
I would
I
say they
don't
were
know if
perfect.
I can't really read it how much he really likes her or vice
I
versa.
don't know if I would say they were perfect. They got along really well. They had good personalities and they were having fun. I don't know where we get perfect from, but okay.
I said they're not perfect. I'm sorry if
Oh,
I said
okay.
that they're wrong. I said they're of course they're not perfect because
Yeah.
I said
Oh,
and
okay.
then I said because he's much older than her. So yeah, I meant
Okay.
to
I
say
thought you
he's
said they
not
were
perfect.
perfect.
They already got a problem with the age gap. So yeah, that's not perfect for one.
I thought you were
That
saying the age
she
gap was
said
perfect.
she had an issue with it. She was like, "Oh, you're older." Like that sounded like a thing for one. But other than that, I didn't see too much problems. So I'm thinking that they might be people that like constantly interact with each other as long as they're both there. The couple that I think has the most chemistry is Sincere and Melanie.
I think
Sincere
so
is very
too.
sincere.
I think so too. I think even though Sincere called himself, what he calls himself, cheesy, sincerely sincere. I think Sincere and Melanie are very cute together, and I think that they got the most potential as of episode one, and
Yes.
maybe two.
So Kenzie and Zach. Zach is Charlie's brother, by the way. I feel like that is like not an unfair advantage, but he might know some things. Hmm?
He said it felt different. He said it felt different watching his brother than actually being there.
Yeah, he said it. I mean, I'm sure he feels different, but this is not about how he feels.
I don't think he got that much of an advantage because his brother didn't do very well.
Well, I mean, he still gets some advice, at least I'm sure about it,
Maybe some
and got some
insight.
heads up about what could happen on the show. I don't know. That's just
Right.
what I think. But I think that he is not that into Kenzie like that. He's not even giving off any impression that he's into Kenzie.
Okay.
So I don't think that this is going to last.
Well, what did he do?
What did he do? He said he's not going to cuddle her, and because he doesn't want to give any mixed signals to her.
Oh, but you forgot the whole part. He don't like blondes.
Yeah, he don't. Yeah, right.
He was like he's pretty much only attracted to dark haired women with dark
Yeah.
eyes, and he
So pretty much
basically
saying that
low
he's
key
not
said,
attracted to her.
I don't you're not my type.
Yes, pretty much saying she's not his type, and that kind of like hurt her feelings. He was like, "Oh, I
And
never
he
had
was
a guy."
also
She was like,
saying that
"I
to the
never had a guy
guys.
that wasn't my type that said I wasn't his type."
And then she was a little concerned too, like, oh, am I not his type or whatever? And then the girls, I think it
Yep.
was Melanie, was like, don't worry about it, it'll be all right. Anyway, moving on. Anything
Melanie,
else?
oh, and for sure, Melanie. I think like there was this point where they had a conversation about being they had a pact about telling each other when they were delusional. Melanie was definitely a part of that. She was the main person in that actually, but she is not doing that in this episode, in my opinion.
I don't
So
think
I'm
Kenzie was there
thinking,
though.
keeping
So
that in the back of my mind about Melanie, because something else is
right,
going
I
to come up
thought they were
later.
supposed to tell each other when they're being delusional, but hey,
Yes.
anyway, I was kind of
So that
concerned too
was,
at that
and
part.
maybe she's just as delusional, but that wasn't happening.
Yeah, Melody might be delusional too. She said it was gonna be all right. Let's go to the final game. Now we gotta do the final game, which is called red light, green light. This is how they decide whether or not they're gonna stay in their couple. They gotta stand on either red or they gotta stand on green on both sides of the door. The guys on one side, the girls on the other side. If they're both standing on green, of course, we know they're gonna be good or whatever. If they're both standing on red, that means they both don't want to be there. All right, move on. At least this is how we're viewing it, right? You know what I like? I
Look,
love that they showed us who was standing on what. Like they give us the audience this side view. They pan out and you can see who's standing on red and who's standing on green. And it's like, ooh, and you get like a little side view. Then you watch it for a little while, and then lo and behold, here comes some bombshells.
mm.
Just to
So
stir up the
yeah, okay.
drama.
So before that, I'm going to get it quickly. Who stood on red? Who stood on green? So
Yes.
so we got our. I'm gonna go couple by couple. First couple, Zach and Kenzie. Kenzie, green, of course.
Zach is
Zach
on
was
red.
like, no, red. He picked red. I think
Zach
very
is
much
on
Kenzie
red.
thought that Zach would be standing on green.
Woo! Okay.
Sincere and Melody, of course, both green. Nobody's out. They're locked in with each other. Best couple on the season so far. Casey and Anaya, they're actually both in. This one I wasn't too sure about before they even picked each other. I thought maybe they might have been both out, but I definitely didn't think both in for some reason.
I did, I started watching them explore and like, get along with each other. I noticed that number one, they both were getting along pretty well, and both of
Hmm.
them were doing better than they were with anyone else in the house. Now,
Right,
if you
yeah.
want to be there tomorrow, you gotta pick somebody. So I was almost certain that they were gonna pick each other.
Well, I mean, you could have picked out and explored the bombshell because, as you see, people picked out. So they didn't have to pick each other.
Those are the people who didn't. I guess, but I don't think they wanted to take that chance. And this is where we get to the trauma bond, because I believe that's exactly how a trauma bond forms and sticks. They trauma bonded because They both didn't get picked. They're both out there left lonely, and they're like, "Hey, you lonely, I'm lonely. We
Yes.
both need to be neglected together." Then they start having something to get to discuss. They both like, "Hey, remember when we both didn't get picked?" And they got something to talk about. They talk about it
Right.
all
And then
day.
Casey
You know
is
what I mean?
very
That's where
traumatized.
trauma bonding comes from.
Yeah, because Casey is also very traumatized because twice already he had nobody behind his door. So he's like, gonna try my best to ensure somebody is on the other side of that door. So
That's
yeah, I think
right.
that's part of it too. Yeah.
Right. So his only option, he said, and he even said he thought she was going to be
Going to be
on the other side of the door in the first place.
right, yeah. And now he was gonna be on the side door. So he liked her too for sure. I keep thinking that he likes her though more than she likes him. But yeah, the trauma bonding, trying to make that as locked in as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Sean and Beatrice, this got interesting to me because Beatrice was out, like out, and Sean was in, but they had no conversation about like her even being slightly disinterested in him before. So I'm like,
Yo,
where did that come
what? When
from?
I say like that was a surprise, that was shocking. I had
Yeah,
no idea she was in. She just wanted to explore.
she wanted
She was
to.
like, you know what?
You know what I think it is though, because there was this one scene after Sean introduced himself. He said he had a kid, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
like one of the girls mentioned him having a kid again. And she was like, "Oh no, I can't do a kid," or something like that.
Ooh.
So I was like, what? Like
Well,
didn't even
that's
hear him say that at the beginning that he had a
right.
kid. So she had
See,
to think about it, I guess.
she didn't
And
clock it when he first said it. Now she over there trying to change her mind. That's the right though, because when we get into once the bombshells come. Oh, did we even talk about the bombshells?
in or
Okay.
out again. Trinity is out and Bryce is out. They
Yeah,
both said
right.
let's split
They
from
both
this.
said yes, and I saw that coming on both parts. They were
So
chilling.
yeah.
They were chilling. They were bubbly. They were getting along, but that's all.
I think this is a real situation of okay, we're just going to explore, see what all our options are, but that doesn't mean that we're not interested in each other. So I think
Yeah,
that
neither one of them seemed locked in. The chemistry was okay, but it wasn't really like burning or flaming or nothing like that. They were just okay, and they showed it. All right, boom. Then come the bombshells. You got Gabriel, who we thought was going to be in the first part of the episode, but here he comes, and we figured out where he was. And then you get Kata, who I guess she replaced the person who got cut off. Now they both walk out. Kata walks out to the guys, immediately start kissing everybody on red. Gabriel walks out to the
well, two
girls
people on the red. So right, yeah. So she
and does the
kisses.
same thing.
Yeah, right. They both do the same. So Kata, she looks like very model like, but she kisses Bryce and Zach. So those are the only
Right.
two options, I guess she got to kiss. So she
Yeah,
kisses both
that's
of them and
everybody
then
on the red.
snatches them away. They get pulled off
Yes. And they
of the
take them.
whole set.
I'm
And
like,
then
where are they going? And what is happening? I'm like, where do they take them? And I'm like, does this mean somebody's going to get eliminated? That was my first thought. I'm like,
that's what I was
uh-oh.
thinking too. But I was thinking when they came back, somebody was going to be eliminated based on who they picked.
Pretty much after that, it goes off. Everybody goes, I guess it goes off immediately, but nothing else too crazy happens. I think,
So go ahead.
even still here, I still think that Sincere and Melanie are the most safe, are the couple that's the most safe. I have some hope for Anaya and Casey. I actually think Sean might come for Melanie or Anaya at some point in the next episode. Because it looked like, Sean had a good time with both of them.
So I
Yeah.
got some similar thoughts. I actually like Anaya and Casey. I actually like them both individually too. I like them
Yeah.
together as coming together. Top right now is definitely Sincere and Melanie. Two top.
Yes.
They locked in. Everybody
Yes.
else, I don't know. I might be forgetting somebody, but everybody else, I don't think so. So
Yeah,
those are
everybody
all
else
I
they
got.
can go either way. And I think we're gonna have another default situation when it comes to Trinity and Bryce.
What do you mean by
Um,
default situation? Oh, you mean like they just back together? I got what you're
yeah,
saying.
like they're
I get
gonna
what you're
keep
saying.
landing back together just because.
Well,
But we're
isn't
gonna
that what
see.
happens at the end of the episode?
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen until one of them get eliminated.
So you're saying you think they're together right now, just as a default situation?
Right.
Yeah, I think so too, but I also think they obviously picked each other first, so I think they're still interested in each other at the least. But now that
Yeah,
makes sense for them because now they know that they're both open into exploring. So I
it
think
just
that puts
reminds
them two in a good position.
it reminds me of Alondria and
Nick?
Nick. Yes, it kind of puts me in the Alondria and Nick situation where I believe they picked each other at some point, but then afterwards it's like they just kept defaulting to each other.
Yeah, a little bit different. No, they never picked each other before. But then they
They
were like,
never pick each other.
they only had a kiss at the beginning. And
Oh,
then it was
they
like,
that's right,
yeah,
and then they
right,
just
yeah.
got
So it's a
put
little
into
bit
a couple.
different.
So now that was episode one. Let's get into episode two.
But
Episode two starts off with back when we're on the red and green, the bombshells take the people off that were on red. Everybody is left on green, and we got to see what happens with them. Again, I love that they're showing us who's on green, and now everybody has to walk through the door. Sincere first. Sincere opens the door. Melanie is there, and they kiss safe as expected. We
yes,
do we
safe.
even
I
have to
like
go
the
over that?
bond. Oh, Sincere and Melanie, I like the bond that they're building together. It seems very genuine. That's what I like about that. Because of
But
what
wait,
happened.
let's go to everybody who's safe. Anaya and Casey safe,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Anaya Casey, yep. Yeah, Anaya, Casey, Sincere, and Melanie, they're all the only ones safe for right now. So
Trinity
we
and
still
Bryce gone, nowhere to be found. They both out of there.
who's
Both of their
going?
sides, both of their doors are closed.
The men who chose to go off with the bombshell are Zach and Bryce. They decided to go off with Kada. The girls who were gone are Beatrice and Trinity. They went off with Dominican boy.
Right, and then
Gabriel. Yeah, they went off
Gabriel,
with Gabriel.
yeah. And now Kenzie is just sitting there looking sad, and I
Kenzie
felt,
is sad and Sean is sad too. But
yeah,
Kenzie is about to crash out, like sad. She's crying a lot. Like in
yeah, and she
confessional, she crying. In the scene, she crying. They keep going. I guess it's the editing. They keep going to scenes where she's crying a lot.
right. When they walked off, when they showed them standing there, I'm like, I'm ready to see what the bombshells are up to. I'm not ready for Sean to leave. Didn't care much about Kenzie, at least not at that point. When they do show the bombshells, I'm like, Gabriel is trying to conquer the whole villa already. Like he over there just trying to get a little piece of everything. He is not playing. I think Gabriel is a red flag. Not gonna lie. I think
Oh,
Gabriel's a red flag.
guess what I think is a bigger red flag?
Ooh.
Kada. She's definitely playing the game. She's not even trying to like they are like not catching on, but she's doing all the things that are playing the game. She doesn't seem really interested in nobody. To
Ah.
be honest, she just seems like she is like going with the flow, and then she might be able to manipulate some of the dudes. That's how I'm feeling about her so far.
Mm. When I was looking at Gabriel with the two girls, I was thinking Trinity could get an Oscar for all that kissing. Because didn't she say she don't like kissing?
Right, this whole thing is Kata said. I mean, Trinity said she didn't like the texture of saliva, but she was fine kissing him a whole lot.
Yes, a whole lot. And my thought was Kenzie is going to crash out. And as we know, as you just said, it did happen a lot.
Trinity
But
might be. Mhm.
well, she didn't crash out yet, but she's going to.
Yeah,
All
she's
that
definitely
crying
going
she's
to
doing, she's
trash
going to
can.
crash
She's
out.
doing okay. So my opinion on Kenzie is she's doing too much right now for how little she's. For one, they only been together 24 hours so far. By the way, her
Yeah.
and Zach. Zach,
Right.
so they don't know each other that well for her to be so emotional over him. Two, he
Right.
never said anything like "I'm locked in with you." They weren't even that like cuddled up with each other. Like, so she's a little bit delusional already, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. I don't know what what's making Kenzie feel this way, but I didn't see it on camera what made her feel that way about him. So Zach, I think, is okay for exploring. I don't have a problem with him doing that.
Right. Right. When you get back to the main cast, though, you see everybody doing their little bonding and talking about everything that's going on. And I'm thinking Anaya might be a little bit interested in Sean now.
Yeah,
And we're
Anaya,
going to
I
see
think,
what
has
happens
been
tonight.
interested in Sean from the beginning, actually. But yeah, I think
But I
they
hadn't seen
might
any
be like
bonding.
leaning towards it a little bit.
I'm thinking the bonding is putting some emphasis on that because they're having talks now.
Yeah, and I'm thinking something's going to happen with them in the next couple episodes.
Okay.
That's what
Uh,
I think about that, Anaya.
Oh, going back to Gabriel. Did you notice he said he's not ready to settle down?
Yes, I was like, that's so weird. Like Trinity was not feeling that at all. She was pretty much again like you're old, like because
He
she's
is
about the same age as
definitely
Bryce.
a
Was like,
red
why are you
flag.
not thinking about settling down about 30?
Nobody better not pick Gabriel because they about to be in trouble. They about that. It's about to be heartbreak city over here. He
I guess.
is.
Well, in this situation, he gets the pick, so we'll see how that continues going forward.
I wonder if Anaya's and Casey's trauma bonding is going to keep them together through a few more episodes, or if at
Yeah.
the moment Sean shows interest, is she going to pull away and go run to him?
So I'm thinking, like, I would think realistically, I would hope that she'll just explore Sean, but she should express to Casey that she's interested in exploring all of those other people, and one of those people being Sean. For that
Well,
to go
let's get
right.
yeah, let's get back to the episode. You see, this little part where she and Sean, well, and I and Sean are bonding a little bit. They're even about to toast at some point, but boom, I got a text, right? Sincere
Yo,
yells out, right? They get instructed to gather around a fire pit immediately, and it's like nerves city. Everybody is nervous. I'm nervous. It's just like, what is about to happen? The bombshells do come out. They come out in trios. So you get Gabriel. He comes out first. He got Trinity on one arm. He got Bega on the other arm. Boom, they walk out. They're standing in front of everybody sitting around, gathering, waiting to see what's going to happen. Then you get Kata, she comes out.
Ada, and then she got Bryce and Zach.
She got Bryce and Zach. They standing there. They get another text. They get a bunch of texts. Everybody reading different texts.
Right,
And,
yeah.
is that how you say it, Texas? Everybody reading their texts, and then they basically
So,
tell them they gotta kiss who they want.
right, yeah. So the bombshells are the ones who pick whichever one of the guys they want, or whichever one of the girls they want.
So Gabriel picks Bea. He kisses her, and then she got Trinity sitting there. They like, go sit down. So then Kata picks
Zach.
Zach. So they like, Bryce, go sit down. So they're like,
Yes.
well, since y'all both didn't get picked by nobody else, y'all stay a couple. So they
Right.
by default are back being a
Back
couple
in the
again.
couple, yes.
Yes. Now the default part I think is what gave Nick and the laundry to me, but that's okay. At least they didn't go
Mhm.
home and have to come back. That would have been worse.
Right. Yeah. The only difference is they were in. Zach and Trinity. I mean, Bryce and Trinity are interested in each other from day one.
Yeah, that's the only difference. So then, of course, you got the two who didn't get picked at all, and they say now you're vulnerable and at risk of going home. And I think we don't know, right?
We don't know what.
Oh yeah, we do know. I was about to say we don't know how what's going to determine whether they go home. Well, we don't know that yet. What's going to determine whether
Well,
or
okay.
not
So
they go
yeah.
home?
So the two people that got left out and not picked are Kenzie and Sean.
You right?
So this game where the bombshells picked, each person left two people out dry, which was Sean and Kenzie. Bryce and Trinity weren't left out because they got put back in the couple, of course.
Do you
So
think
yeah,
Sean
that
and
just
Kenzie
left
are going to try to get together because of this?
who?
I mean, try to get together. Do you think Sean and Kenzie are going to try to get together just because they don't want to?
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. In this episode, you notice how Sean was like making Kenzie breakfast and stuff, and he did the heart shape, and like she was like real excited about everything he was doing. I think
Yes.
maybe, but I think it's because Kenzie is desperate.
Yes.
She's
But
getting
then
very
are
much
they going to
desperate.
say no, one of them got to go home no matter what? Or will there be another door reveal and they get to like shake it up to where somebody else might have to go home?
I don't think so since they just had the meeting with the host. That I think since they said they're both vulnerable right now, they're going to get more time with. I'm guessing everybody's going to get more time with each other after this, and then they're going to. So you're talking about
So
the next elimination that they might have.
episode 3 is tonight. Do you think
Right.
that?
Oh, tonight. Yeah. So do you think tonight? Like,
Do
yeah,
you
but I
think
think they're going to
tonight?
have a chance.
Do you think
Do
somebody's going home tonight?
I think somebody's going home tonight? Depending on what happens. Well, yes, somebody's going home tonight, I think. But depending on what happens, I don't know who it's going to be. I think there's a few options
Mm,
depending on how. Like if you
mm,
said like Sean and Kenzie, if they get together, they might have a better chance of that not happening. So I
okay.
think okay. So the people that's definitely not going home are
Melanie.
Melanie and Sincere and Casey and Anaya. Either way,
Yeah,
they're
they're
not
not
going
going
home,
home.
even if they not go home.
If either one
So,
of them end up vulnerable, that'll be crazy. Like if Anaya go get with Sean tonight, that'll be crazy.
and then
Anyway,
and then it's going to be Bia is going to have to pick, but finally pick between Sean and Gabriel. I'm thinking this is how the elimination is going to go. So she's going to decide if she has a better connection with Gabriel or connection with Sean. One of them is going to go home.
yes. So look, part of me wants Gabriel to go home because he ain't ish, but then part of me wants him to stay so he can shake ish up. They can shake things up around there.
So Zach is going to have to pick between if he wants to stay with Kata, which I think is most likely going to happen, or get with Kenzie, or Kenzie's going to have to explore somebody else seriously like Sean.
Ooh,
So
I wonder if Zach is gonna stay with Katie. That's gonna be interesting.
I think if Kenzie gets with Sean, they not going to last. They not going to win because nobody's going to
Ooh.
take them seriously as a couple.
Man, what if Zach is a mole? They just planted him there. They're like, hey, come be on this week as my extra.
If he is, he's stirring up drama. But him and Kata seem to be more locked in, so I think they not going nowhere, and I think they're going to pick each other. That just leaves. So it's going to have to be Trinity, Mackenzie, Bryce, and Sean figuring something out.
I'm actually nervous now. So I'm still thinking same couples are gonna be safe. I think everybody else is vulnerable except for the two safe couples. I want, like I said, Gabriel's a mess, but I want him there. Kenzie, yeah.
Kenzie, not too much. They not showing out too much, but I got a few villains on the show though. There's a few of them, at least
Ooh,
three. There's two or three of them.
ooh.
Kata, Gabriel, Zach. They come
Okay,
off as
I think
villains
Zach
to
is a
me.
plant. I think Zach is
Yeah,
a
yeah,
plant, so
right,
we
yeah.
might be we might be
He's
able to see
leaning
him.
towards villain a little bit, even though he's the one that's heartbroken. But I'm still
Yeah, but
putting him
leave
on the
Kata
villain
alone.
side. Yeah.
Leave Kata. Not too much on Kata. We got to give her a chance.
Wait, Zach ain't the one that's heartbroken. I'm tripping. No, he's not. So
Zach is a
yeah,
plant.
Zach I think is a villain.
Zach is a plant.
hmm
Dawn is heartbroken. That's
Sean
okay.
is good. He's heartbroken. I want him to stay a long time and get to explore maybe more people.
Give
I
Kata
don't.
a chance. She just got there. We
She
don't know
just got
what
there,
her
but
motive
she
is.
she already said some things, and I feel like her demeanor is playing the game. I don't
Mm,
know. She got it. Maybe she'll grow on me, but she's already giving me that vibe.
give her a chance. Somebody gonna like her. She gonna like somebody.
I don't think that's the issue. I think she's playing the game is the issue. Like it's like it don't matter if she likes somebody, like them. Like
We
her
shall
main goal
see.
is the game. It seems like to me.
We shall see. I think Trinity playing the game. How about that?
Trinity is playing the game, but she's being, I guess, more genuine about it. Like she's
They were
saying her real thoughts, her real feelings. Like I
here's
like Trinity as a person. She's not
yeah, Trinity
hiding
is a
anything
person. That's
about her
cool.
feelings. She's telling the guys they're too old, pretty much. So she's not like coming off as deceiving in any type of way. Kayla's
She
like
Delulu
everything you
too,
do is
cause
okay and so adorable. It comes off as a little bit fake to me.
she Delulu.
Who?
Guys, how you gonna be too old? A few years older than you ain't too old. That might be what you need to calm you down and tame you.
Right,
That might
yeah.
be.
So I
And
guess she
if
was
you
mad
mature,
about
you might need
the what you
somebody
call it
older.
now Gabriel not wanting to start a family. So she
Now
was
that's a
saying that.
problem.
Right, yeah. But it wasn't like she was saying that would make her not explore. She's actually stating what's a problem in these situations.
It ain't
That's
a
why I'm saying
problem
she
that
comes
they
off as
older
more
than her. Like
genuine
she's
to me.
making it a problem.
Well, she's not saying it's a deal breaker because she's still interested in all these people. So it's
So it
like I'm
ain't a
not saying
problem
it's a
then.
problem. Right, yeah. So it's something that she's saying that's making her come off as genuine. She's stating her real problems in the situations. That's why I'm comparing her to
You know,
Kata.
real
She's
concerns
coming off as
because
more
it ain't a
genuine than
problem.
Kata.
So here's the thing about Trinity, right? They were like saying she quit her job to come there. She's 23. I'm sure her job will be all right.
And it was a
I'm sure
hardware store.
that
She
wasn't
wasn't
her.
going to stay. She worked in
I'm
a
sure
hardware store.
she
She wasn't
wasn't in the
going to stay
same
there
job for
too long
decades or
anyway.
nothing like that. She good.
Right? Yeah, it was a hardware store.
Right. They made it seem like she quit this big time CEO position. She'll be okay. She was 23
Yeah,
years
she
old. She's
okay. But
going to
I think
be.
they got over hers much faster than they got over Sean and his cop position.
Yeah, they
Wait.
get for Sean. He had a career already. It was just a little different. They'll be fine that they left their jobs or whatever, but they're gonna come over here trauma bonding and getting dramatic and crashing out. This is where they're not gonna be fine. This is
I
where they're
can't
gonna have
wait for
problems.
I can't wait for the next episodes. So I want more bombshells to come, more twists because it's a little bit of twist going on, but I want a little bit more. So
And I
we'll leave
want
it.
you. Y'all doing a good job, Love Island. I like that y'all showing us a little more what we could behind the door. I want to see behind the door more often. You don't show them, show us. We want to see this. We like this.
All right, so make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video.